when you get to a point where you feel like you are cheating on your hustle with your job, then maybe your hustle needs to become your main focus.
If you alive, subscribe. I told y'all I wasn't going nowhere. I told y'all I'm gonna be here. I don't know if you believe me or not. But look, this show right here, I'm always encouraging black love, and this is why. I was raised by all my mother, my aunties. I've never had a father figure in my life, but I turned out pretty good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Cecil, would you say so?
Say so.
Okay,
Say so.
okay. Hey, what's up? I turned out pretty good being raised by some strong black women, and I'm just always fighting for black love. So I had to come visit my friend Cecil Chapman and the most beautiful Melissa Chapman. How y'all doing?
We are good. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you for having us.
I feel the same way, man. When you reached out and said you wanted to come out here and do the podcast, I told you and I meant what I said. Very humble. Around the work that you've done in the last year, I've sat and watched you build this up, man, and I'm honored to be on here, man. Honored.
I appreciate you guys for inviting me into your establishment, and I want to start here. I want to start relationship wise, like, what made you say Cecil was the one, Mr. Chapman? I'm just giving what happened at the time.
I think it was because he was different. What really caught my attention is that he did what he said he was going to do.
Wow.
He showed up and he prayed for me. Like, that was different. That was different for me. And that really captured my heart. And he got to know me deeply. He got to know my family. He got to know my mom. And my mom passed, of course. And she loved him. And before she left, she was like, he's the one.
Can I ask you a question just before we go anywhere else? Like, how was you and your dad relationship? Just give me because a lot of women kind of fake, you know what I'm saying?
My dad passed when I was 14. He drowned in a canoe. He used to always fish and everything. So my dad passed when I was 14, but I was a daddy's girl. I was a daddy's girl. I loved him, and everybody knew it. My mom knew it. I was a daddy's girl. And so I had a great relationship with my dad.
Wow.
And so I just appreciate the time that I did have with him. That meant a lot to me, and I still carry him in my heart. And I'm just glad. And I love the fact that Cecil is a great father.
Wow.
He loves his kids. And, you know, a lot of women say, I don't want to date a man who has a lot of kids. Well, I'm the type that I love a big family. So when he had 5 kids, I wasn't scared. And they were grown, too. That even made it even better. They were grown and out the way. So that was a bonus.
Again, we talking about black love, and we talking about a power couple. And, you know, Cecil, you can be honest on my show. My show is it's like free game on my show. It's like you can keep it solid. Like, when you saw Melissa, what was your first intention? Be honest.
Now, when I first saw her, first of all, I didn't think she was single. I'm like, she's too beautiful not to be single.
Wow.
First and foremost.
We think that.
Yeah,
we be like
that way. And we met on the home. Her nonprofit organization was at an event at TSU.
And what is that?
The Ladies of Unique.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Ladies of Unique.
Yes.
Domestic violence. It was a domestic violence program, and I was there supporting one of the speakers, and we saw each other in passing. Before that day, we had never liked each other on social media, didn't like no...
We were social media friends, but we had never met in person.
That's crazy how it be
until
like
that
that. You know what I'm saying?
Until that day. And it's funny that she says that I do everything that I say I was going to do, because the very first thing that happened at the beginning, I didn't do something I said I was going to do. She told me about this bike ride group they got. We ride bikes. I'm like, we going to be riding tomorrow? I'm like, that's what's up, Ben. I'll pull up. I'm thinking it's going to be like 2 in the afternoon. She's like, yeah, so we meet at 4:30. I'm like, 4:30 when?
In
the
like, afternoon off the road.
Nah,
they got it.
AM.
That's what I'm thinking. Afternoon.
AM. So I didn't make it. I didn't make it, and then I was in the doghouse. And I text them like, hey, I apologize. She's like, oh no, I get this all the time. People act like they into fitness and they really not. I'm like, nah, I'm really into it though, you know. So after that, I went to another class the next day, and we've been stuck together ever since.
He never missed another day. Another workout.
Okay, and so during all that, what you guys got going on, Like, what was you doing before you even met him? Since you was into fitness, what was you doing before you even met him?
Well, I started my Fit Stars group, fitness group in 2012, I want to say. I didn't have a gym or anything. We met at the Capitol Stairs. Actually, we met at the Limelight Club. We met in the parking lot.
Shout out to Big Caddy and DJ. Yeah, Limelight.
We met at the parking lot and we would work out. And then we started traveling, walking and jogging up to the Capitol Stairs. And so that's where it started. I started just, everybody thinks that they have to start in a business or have a building. You don't have to have a building. Just start wherever you are in life, just start there. So I started outside and then it just grew and grew and grew and grew. And now look, now we have our own business, our own place to do fitness classes. I've been at several gyms and I'm excited. Cecil, that's the best part of Cecil is that he helped me to grow.
And so, but where do it switch from we're getting to know each other to let's go into business together? Like, how does that process work till we're getting to know each other?
It almost happened naturally because I used to work for Dell Computer, dealt with websites and graphics and stuff like that. And I saw how she was promoting her business, and I was like, you know what, maybe I can add a little bit spunk to it. So I just started doing it naturally. I didn't ask her, I just started doing it naturally. She's like, well, you know what, I'm thinking about on this day doing this, and before you know it, I'm throwing a flyer her way.
He would make my flyers. He really took accountability. He really showed an interest and a passion for what I was doing, and that really caught my heart. So.
But she was scared. She was like she's always been kind of timid to do a building for fitness because she knows how fickle people are. You know, they come and go. People in fitness like, oh yeah, I want to get fit. And then you turn around and they don't want to get fit. So she was scared of the clientele not being consistent enough to keep a gym or a brick and mortar. So that was always something she was reluctant to do.
But how do y'all get the comfortability of now we're going from a relationship into business? Because now each other's name got to be going. Do that happen before marriage or after marriage? Or
man, you know what? Before we even got married, like we were acting married before we even got married. We had this is gonna be crazy. If some people gonna judge.
Yeah, they go there. They
don't care.
You ain't a Christian after this.
We had a joint savings account that we were putting bread in before we even got married.
Let's go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
let's go.
Yes.
Every paycheck, we did some math and we're like, let's just drop bread in here from the jump before we was even married. So forget what
you can't be scared. You just gotta jump out on faith. If it don't work, it don't work. You just chalk up your losses and move on.
But as a woman, and I'm glad you're here. I'm sorry, see. So I'm glad you're here. How does a woman get to the point to where she can trust a man as in finances and all that? Because we're trying to get.
It's an intuition. I'm 50 years old. I've been there.
50.
50 fine. 50 fine. And why? I'm sorry. I ain't fighting with your wife or nothing, you know what I'm saying? But for real.
Yeah, at 50, I think it's just experience. You kind of know. Women know. Men know. You know.
That's what I'm trying to get.
She was 50 when we met. She was 45.
See, there you go. Yeah.
But, we grew on each other. He was there. He was consistent. He did what he said he was going to do. And I took all that into accountability. I see how he treated his kids. I see how he treated me. I see I could trust him. And in my past relationships, when you have to start.
It's like a little, you got to.
I never had to do that with him.
Yeah,
ever.
She looked at me kind of sideways when I got my new phone that had like the fingerprint thing on it. I'm like, hey, baby, I need your fingerprint. She's like, you need my fingerprint for? I'm like, so you can be able to get in my phone. She's like, what? I said, yeah, so you can be able to get in my phone.
No man has ever done that. My fingerprint so I can get access to your phone? Like, no man has ever done that. Like, so that's when you know you can trust. That's when you know you know.
Facts,
you know?
You know, if you know.
If you know, you know.
And so, again, it's being comfortable because what makes you guys a power couple? Like, what makes you guys out of anybody, what makes you guys a power couple?
Comfortable conversations that we're willing to have with each other. She'll call me out on some stuff. Like, she will. And I don't be like hearing it, but I know it's some good stuff. Like, even before we got started, I kept on telling her we ain't started yet, sit up straight, something like that. But like she'll call me on stuff, like, and the uncomfortable conversations, you got to be willing to have those and grow from them versus allowing them to make you bitter. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what made us grow stronger and stronger together.
Is there anything that you didn't like about him it was like a no-go, but like every relationship, I think, is gonna be something like, I don't really like it. Not his feet or nothing, not nothing like that.
That's
But
what it was.
Now I think what we could do better is, find a church home. Like Cecil, he does. He previously did gospel rap. He was a
love
gospel
it.
gospel
We gonna
rap
get into
artist.
all that.
And he, like I said, when I had a event, he pulled me to the corner and he prayed over me. And that was just like, I always say this to him, like, nobody has ever done that to me or whatever. So I just think that that's one thing I think that we could do better, as far as like getting more involved in church. We're all involved in our businesses and our kids and, savings and business, all of that. But we could be more in tune spiritually as far as a church home.
Thanks.
Now he prays all the time and I pray, privately, but like it's Sunday, and we haven't, didn't attend church today. And some people have their ups and downs about churches,
They just
and pastors. But I think that's something that we, I feel like with him being a previous gospel rapper, he may want to get more involved in
church.
But I haven't found anything that just sort of like just turned me off about him.
And Steve Harvey, he was saying one time, and I want to ask you guys, because you guys are in business and doing everything together. He was talking about accounts, and he was talking about bank accounts. Like, how does that work when you finally come as one? Do everybody got a different bank account, or we all got one and one goes here? How does that work?
We have a savings together, and she has an account, and I have an account.
And then we have a joint business
You
account.
got a joint business account.
Okay.
Yeah, you got a joint business account.
That's what it do. And so,
And sometimes he spends money on things like if you would take a look around and I may question like, hey,
Where that
why
money
did we get
at?
the 360 booth? I mean, what is that? And he'll
we got to have a 360.
and he'll tell me why he decided to purchase it. So we do have those uncomfortable conversations about finances, but we do have our separate accounts. And then we have, like you said, a joint savings account, and then we have a joint business account. And so I don't mind him spending things on stuff that he wants. That's not a problem. But when it comes to business, we definitely try to discuss it and make sure.
I'm extremely cheap, number one.
He
And I'm
is.
very business savvy as far as making purchases. I don't like to make purchases that's not gonna make money. I know that sounds crazy, but in business, if I'm gonna spend some money,
If it don't make money, it don't make sense. And that's his motto.
And so, Cecil, with you, I want to ask you a question because I'm a guy, you know what I'm saying? And you know how we've been through a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Oh, yeah.
With women and
Yeah,
keeping it real
yeah.
and this and that. Like, how do you trust your wife, as in, can she have male friends, and how does that work? We want, as men, we want to know, how does that work?
I'm good. So at the end of the day, I don't have a commitment to no male figure that she's in communication with.
Okay.
So my relationship here is what I focus on. So as long as me and her good, I don't care. I don't mean I gotta trust the dudes, but I trust that she gonna do right. So I don't even care nothing about none of that. I don't care nothing about none of that. I just don't care. I don't care if you liking hearting pictures. I'm just
We don't get into that.
Have
I
you
don't-
ever been
think about
uncomfortable? So you guys have never been uncomfortable in the
He hasn't given me a reason to.
Okay.
So in my past relationships, if you give me a reason to, okay, let me see who texting you, let me see who messaging you, let me see where you're going, then I have a reason. But he's never given me a reason. So my trust is 100%. He's never broken that. I don't care if he have friends. I don't care if he inboxes or messages somebody, because I know that he's going to do what he's supposed to do. And he's going to set that boundary, and he won't let people cross lines that don't need to be crossed. And I'm going to do the same. I would never disrespect him.
I sure appreciate that. What a women that ain't gonna be disrespecting us. I'm looking for one and to go into business with, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so when it comes to the business, I gotta get to business.
Okay.
How does the money work? As in, who controls what, when, why, and where?
I control it, but she can see it. She doesn't choose to see it, but I always tell her.
See, I know a lot of people don't know that I still work full-time at Dollar General Corporation. I'm still,
that's a
and
good
he's
corporate
trying
job
to,
right
he's
there.
trying to retire me. So our business, this is his full-time job.
Okay.
So our business is his full-time job. So I trust him to make the right decisions for our family. So, I can look at the accounts anytime I need to. If I have questions, I can ask him about them. I have access to everything. And so far it hasn't been,
You the queen for real, because you got access to everything. I know. I love that. I say it all the time. if y'all don't know each other finances, I'm not gonna even say his
Yeah.
name on here.
Yeah.
But somebody pulled in front of my house one day and they was talking to their wife and they was like, Pete, tell my wife I be doing my thing, this and that. What I said, why come she don't know you be doing your thing? But that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's a whole nother conversation. And so where did Jolton Nutrition come from? Like, what was the idea behind it? I know you work out, but what was the idea? We just gonna
But to be honest, we are a Herbalife distributor. So Jolton Nutrition sells Herbalife products. And I was approached before about being an Herbalife distributor. And at the time, my mind wasn't right. Like I said, I work a full-time job and at the time, it just didn't fit for me. We have a shop in Murfreesboro. Our coach has a
just
shop.
when you were single, when you was doing all
When
this.
I was single.
Okay.
Yes. And
So the man but go ahead. But go ahead. No, go ahead.
So I had a class that I was doing in Murfreesboro, and the coach that we have now, was on that shop, the nutrition shop. And Cecil would come because he was trying to get with me.
he was strung out off the real one.
Yeah, so he was coming out to
He was strung out
Murfreesboro.
off the real.
So while I was back doing my classes, the lady was talking to Cecil about being a distributor. And so he just had a better connection with her and saw everything that she was doing, and she taught him everything. So he decided to take it over. So that's how we became Herbalife distributors, became shop owners. She taught us how to become shop owners, what it entailed.
She was our first partner. So we started out in Murfreesboro. We opened our first shop in Cookeville in September of 2020 with her. So this is all during COVID. And the one thing I want to say about trust and everything, as far as her trusting me, we signed up to be Herbalife distributors in April. I didn't do nothing for a whole month. I just read up on it to see what I was going to do, this, that, and the other. And on
Get
May,
the education.
Yeah. I didn't even try to
Get the
sell nothing.
education.
May the 1st, I said, hey, look, I need 3 months. She says, 3 months for what? Mind you, 2020, that's when COVID was. And I said, I'm retiring in three months. She said, retiring from your job? I said, yeah. She said, do what, Herbalife? She said, all right, cool. That was it. She believed it. She believed in me. So I went to work, got ready to resign on the 1st. It was August the 1st. Came home, I didn't do it. I was like, man, I thought COVID was gonna be over by now. She looked at me and said, you prayed about it, didn't you? I said, you know what,
You gotta watch what you ask
Bang.
for.
So I went ahead and resigned. We opened up our first shop a month later, and then we opened up multiple shops after that, and with the partnership. And we was out of the country. One of our business partners was letting us know about this location. This was our first opportunity to own a shop with no partners.
Right.
So we said we're gonna come do it. So we came out here, bought the shop. 3 days. We set the LLC up one day, bought it the next day, and opened it the very next day.
Wow.
We didn't waste no time. Yeah. I just trusted him. Like, it's just about trust. You know, like I said, at my age, if it don't work, it don't work. Like, you just got to step out on faith.
Did he have to have the money that you just a quick question. This just how as a woman,
Uh-huh.
what does a man have to have coming in with somebody like you with a vision? Because obviously he came in, you already had a vision when he came in. What are you looking for?
Like just somebody that who believes in me, who takes care of his kids. Like that's top notch. Who honors his parents. You know, that's important to me. I'm not a gold digger. I'm not looking for somebody to take it. I can find that all day, every day. Like right now today. You
Most
know,
definitely.
it's not even about that. I've been there, done that. Like that's in my younger days or whatever. And to actually be honest, when we decided to get the shop, my father had passed and my family had sold their home, my grandmother's home that we've known for years, and we got the proceeds from that, and that was the money that I even trusted him to open up the business.
Ladies, y'all can trust a man. This
She cut
No,
the
this is
15,
it.
15 racks. No question.
you can, you know what I mean?
He said he was
and
gonna
look at
do
y'all
it.
now.
Yeah, he said he was gonna do it. I believed in him, and I gave him the money to do it for us, for our family, and he's been committed ever since. Like he goes hard for us. He goes hard for the business, not just for Jolton Nutrition, but for the Chapman Room, our event center. He's behind that. That's all him, every day, all day.
Cecil, I want to ask you a question. If y'all don't know my guy Cecil, one of the best rappers in Nashville, even though he don't never want to be put in that category. He's sad. That's sad. That's sad, ain't it? He's sad. But anyway, this guy was making money like the rappers want to make doing Christian. Like, What made you say I'm just done rapping and I'm gonna go to Christian rap? Because I'm a guy. I love Jesus.
yeah.
I been trying to tell that, but I'm a Jesus man. Just so y'all know who I am. You know what I'm saying? But what
Yeah,
made you transition?
I had some
Because
opportunities.
I remember you when you wasn't transitioned.
Yeah. I had some opportunities, man, to do music, and I was on the verge of trying to get a deal or whatnot. And December of 2005, I was involved in a very bad car accident, and I was supposed to be meeting with some record execs in January.
You were doing that before everybody was.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
I was supposed to be meeting with some people, Lil Jon, supposed to be meeting with some like a sector of what he had going on. It wasn't directly through him, but just trying to, find my way on the Atlanta scene.
Shout out to Lil Jon.
And the accident had me on bed rest for a long time. I was on bed rest for 3 months, wheelchair for 3 months, crutches for 3 months, rehab
wow.
for 6. But while I was on bed rest, I heard God clear as day say, "Hey man, I want you to represent me with your music." But me being the person I am at that time, Christian hip hop wasn't something that I knew of. So I'm like, I'm not doing it because it's corny.
But you made more money.
Yeah, I
doing that
did.
than rapping. Oh,
I
but
did.
keep
I did.
going.
I did. So
But
I did. So
because we're talking to the kids, if they talking about money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I told God I wasn't gonna do it. I said, man, it's corny. I'm not gonna do it. This is 2005 going to 2006. I said it's corny. So I stopped rapping altogether. And then he was like, "That's not what I asked you to do." I thought I was gonna make him happy by saying, "Well, I just ain't gonna rap no more."
Yeah, I ain't
He was
doing
like,
that.
and he talked to him clear that I want you to represent me.
Thanks.
So I started writing
Thank
music,
you,
wouldn't let
God.
nobody else hear it. Wouldn't let nobody hear it. And I used to get booked by Lifeway Church to go do conferences in North Carolina. So I was down there doing the conference in North Carolina. We had a big concert that was getting ready to happen. I wasn't supposed to be performing. My class let out early, and I was in the gymnasium where the event was going to happen. They're like, "Hey man, you mind helping us with mic check?" So I started rapping some stuff that I wrote that nobody had heard. They're like, "Man, that's dope. Who was that?" I said, "That's me." They're like, "Oh, well, you opened it." And I said,
What? That was,
you know,
that's God.
yeah. So
Yeah.
October of 2011, my first time publicly letting anybody hear it, and then it took off from there. And so as far as like the money and everything like that, it was crazy that I was chasing money and I wasn't making it doing secular music. But when I did Christian hip hop, I was making about $3,000 a week. So,
And that's a lot of money.
I mean, that's,
Back then, you know what I'm saying?
For unsigned artists making $3,000 a week is pretty good. So
Melissa, can I just ask you a question? Because how proud are you of your husband?
I'm so proud.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he's came a long way. And I know you know his story.
I asked God, like, I don't know. Like I told you, when I met him, my mom passed about how long after when I met you? The next year?
yeah,
Maybe within a year.
I met her.
And I felt like my mom didn't want to leave until I'm the baby girl. My older 2 sisters were married, been in marriages for a long time. So I felt like my mom was not happy or wouldn't be right or to pass along until I met somebody.
Have nothing. Cause she knew you in a safe place right
She
now.
gave me, and her mama gave me the okay. A lot of people don't know this. So met her August 11, 2018. Met her mother.
Do you remember the time or like the how many hours y'all? But I want to know detail. You know what I'm saying?
It meant a lot. I met her. That's where I met her. Yeah. August 11th.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like-
Oh yeah, I remember exactly.
Go ahead, sir.
Met her mother, and then her mother was like, "It was nice to meet you." And I said, "Oh, well, hopefully I'll be able to see you again." She said, "You saying the right thing because you got to do right if you want to back around."
Yeah.
So this is around November. I already knew I wanted to marry Mel. So this was like we was only dating for like 6 months. But I already knew I wanted to marry. So didn't even know her mother was gonna be sick or anything like that. But we went to go shopping for Christmas. And we sent Mel into the store. I stayed in the car with her mom. I'm like, "Listen, Mom, I need to talk to you." She's like, "What's up?" I said, "I want to marry Melissa." She's like, "Well, when you want to do it?" I'm like now? You know what I'm saying? So,
Like, do it
her mom-
now.
Right now.
Her mom said, "Listen, can't put a time on love. If you do it now, you got my blessing, but this is what I want you to do for me." I said, "What's that?" She says, "Wait, at least wait a year." So that's why it was so pivotal for me to be obedient to what her mother asked me, and I asked her to marry me 1 year to the day after we met.
And you talking about when your mother died in peace. That's just for you. That was free. But look, okay. And so Cecil, like, what makes you get up every morning? Because the first thing I asked you when I first started coming here, I was like, Cecil, do you go to work? You know what I'm saying? That's the first thing I asked you because a lot of black we still go to work and try to have our own business. So what makes you get up and say, "Man, I'm just gonna go do this," and that's what it is. Like, I'm gonna make this work.
Doing it part time. So like I said, when I told her I was going to resign, in May of 2020. I was working full time and I was doing this business part time. So June, July, and August, I was doing it part time, and the part time checks started to look like my full time job checks. And I started to feel like the one thing I tell anybody who's trying to
Encourage somebody.
be
That's
an
what I'm trying to get you to
entrepreneur,
do.
when you get to a point where you feel like you are cheating on your hustle with your job, then maybe your hustle needs to become your main focus. So that's how it was with me. I'm at work, but I'm thinking to myself like, I'm
What can I be
cheating on
doing?
my hustle. I need to be doing this. So that's when I say, you know what? If I feel like I'm doing something wrong by being at my job, I need to reevaluate things. So I walked away from it, and it's been the best decision of my life. I'm more at peace right now, making a good living for us, and we were blessed to open up the event space 2 months after we opened this up, and we're on the verge of doing some other stuff. Y'all stay tuned. We got something very big.
Oh my goodness! I know one time you were talking. I ain't gonna even say what you was talking about. Okay, so with the event space, like, what was the vision behind that? You know what I'm saying? Just even though nutrition came from her, you got lucky, really. He really, you know what I mean? He really got lucky. He came in on something. Get what? When you come in on a bad chick with a business, you are lucky. You are a lucky person. But what made you guys open up the event center? What made you say huh?
It'll be a gym at first. We were thinking about doing the gym.
Okay.
We realized there's a gym right across the street.
Yeah.
I say that first. Number two, I say the name, the Chapman Room. That was her. The logo was me. The name was her.
Did she happen to be a Chapman though?
I'm
That was
ecstatic.
you know what I'm saying? So you need to.
Yeah, the name was definitely her. And so when we found out that there was a gym already close, we just said, well, listen, let's make it an event space that we can use for classes versus making it a gym that we can't use for nothing other than being a gym.
So during the week, I have my fitness classes. Fit
I love
Stars.
it.
What's up, Fit Stars?
I be watching it on his page and
Yeah.
stuff. You know what I'm saying?
And then during the weekends, we rent it out as an event space.
We ran out on weekdays too.
Weekdays.
Shout out to Joy Kimbrough. She's gonna be doing something out here on
Oh, shout out
November
to
the
Joy.
30th.
Yes.
She's gonna be doing District 1, District 10. They're gonna be out here in the Chapman Room. Y'all come out here and support.
Project Pat was just here
Yes.
and everything.
He was.
You know what I'm saying? And so, how does that conversation go when we know we at a certain level and we ready to go to the next level? Like, how does the communication with the Chapmans is it once a week, or do y'all just kind of plan it out? Because they say communication rules the nation. So how is the conversations with you guys?
I think we need to we can work on it because this is what ends up happening. What ends up happening is she trusts me so much, and sometimes I make stuff look kind of easy, so she might just I know he got it. I know he got it.
What do you need from Miss Chapman more now? Go ahead and put it out there.
Tell us.
What do you need more now?
Because I do ask
This
him,
gonna be the
I
first
ask
time on live.
Yeah, it's the first time. What do I need?
What you need from me, babe?
You need.
Just to say yes to this next business venture we about to start.
But I do. I really, so far, everything that he's done has worked, you know. And I'm just more of a support system if he needs me. Like I said, I do work a full-time job myself, and I do have my exercise classes. So that's kind of what I lean towards. And then the nutrition and the Chapman Room, I let him run that.
What do you need more? As in just Melissa, not like more like. Well, what do you need from him? Just something you ain't even.
You know, I
brought to
do tell
capital
him,
at.
you know, like big purchases. Like,
Okay.
you know, I walked in one day and then I see the 360 machine.
I told you.
and that's a big purchase because that's about $3,000 to $4,000 out the business. Did that come out the business account or his account? I'm just asking. I'm just
You know, so
asking.
just little thing, but we don't really have any, so far, knock on wood, we haven't had any big
No, it ain't no
issues,
knock on wood.
you know? So I trust him and I believe in him, and I know he wouldn't steer us wrong. You know, we do, if anything just huge, like he said, we are working on another project, another business, and I have full faith in it, you know, and I believe in him. So far it's been, I know y'all want some real ugly, nasty stuff.
Because it's
Hey,
not.
I do want to backtrack on some of you. Remember how you said how I feel about having me and friends. Hold on.
You said it was okay.
Nah, it was okay.
I'm
Let me tell you-
saying.
let me tell you what ended up happening though. So when I started thinking like I might have a chance with her, I go to Facebook, start scrolling through old pictures. She got a grown son, about 6'5". So I'm not knowing it's her son. Like,
Who is this
who's
nigga?
dude? Like I'm scrolling like, man, who is
Not
this
wanting to
dude?
say that.
I'm just like, I ain't gonna say nothing. But my whole time I'm thinking like, man, kind of recent too, man. Like, man, come on, man. It was a son though.
But I did him the same way. We were at the gym because for some reason my phone wasn't working for my music, and so he let me hook up to his phone, and he just kept getting inbox messages. Okay, I'm a female. I'm gonna check it.
You know why?
So before class started, my niece wanted me to take her to the
movies.
So my niece wanted to take her to the movies, but I wasn't gonna be able to take her to the movies. So I said something about, baby, I ain't gonna be able to take you or something like that. So she
Baby,
she going through class. But look, when
trying to
she
do
started,
something.
That's what made me feel like, really?
Like me.
For real. Cause what she did is she came over there, she like, yeah, y'all, push ups, and she just threw my phone in front of her.
Real quick. Cause other men need to know this. These days, how are we knowing if a woman like us? I want to know that from both of you guys.
That right there showed me, because if she would have saw some text messages and not cared, I'd have been like, oh, well, she probably think I'm for the streets, don't care. I'm not her type or whatnot. But like that, I think that kind of solidified it, because that was early. That was real early on.
Okay.
And that kind of solidified it. But and I used to try to, as a man, I used to try to show out for her, not with money though, but with fitness. So one time she tried to tell me to go to.
How many push-ups you be doing?
Y'all know I got a bum leg, but I got 19 screws, 4 plates in my left leg. She's gonna invite me out to go run in the park. I'm telling her like, hey, my leg messed up. But this whole time she like, your leg ain't messed up. And then she shout out to all the other Nashville trainers. Shout out to Tara. Shout out to
Coming next. I got Tara next. Yeah. So shout out to Tara.
Tara told me why. She like, I bet you if you was training with Tara and Tara told you to run, you would run. But now I'm telling you to run, you don't want to run. I'm like, hold on.
I didn't know his leg was as bad
As it was.
I'm trying to run, I'm gritting my teeth, I'm hurting. Next day, my leg like this, bitch. Like, oh, your leg is messed up for real, wasn't it?
Because see, here's the thing. I've had people that try to talk to me, and they try to act like they all into fitness, and they try to get close or whatnot, and then I make them go do some exercise, and they tap out, and I'm like, see, you wasn't for real.
Okay, we want to ask you this, then, since we in front of both of us. How long are you supposed to sit there and talk to a man? You can be friendly all day, and that's cool. But in your mind, minutes or hours or 30 minutes, how long are you supposed to entertain a man? It can be like a club atmosphere. Y'all out of town. How long should you be there?
It's a time.
Here's the time.
I think it's how
You got
comfortable
about 30 seconds to a minute to keep on talking to me. I'm married. Cecil.
If I'm married, there's nothing. I mean, it's.
Well, no, I ain't even saying. I'm just saying just a conversation. You know how men always coming and trying to talk to y'all.
They can talk and talk, but
Okay.
I don't think it's a time limit though.
Hey, Cecil, she ain't got no time limit. Just to know that. So what's the time limit? Ask you the same question.
Good though when people be looking at my old lady though, because like I give my bonus daughter, shout out to my bonus daughter Cherish. She has to come in the shop. She's like, best friend, at the stove. Like,
She'll watch your mom.
Looking at mama. The mama, he was like,
Hey, look.
Mama didn't say nothing back though, but he was looking though. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna tell you something, and cause I watch some TV, and I was watching CNN, and Sonny Hostin. Shout out to Sonny Hostin, and she was talking about how her mother said this, and keep on getting your compliments, cause she said her mother said, once you get of age, you'll miss that. So this is what I like. My whole question was about. I love how somebody flirt with my wife. I want to have the wife that somebody flirt with.
I just told you the other day I was at the Y, and this guy was like, he wanted to take me to lunch. I was like, okay, as long as my husband can come, you gonna pay for 3 people.
That's what's
Did
up.
I not?
Yeah, we can do it,
tell
and we
him,
can do it. You know,
you gonna treat me and my husband.
Gotta give us both some food.
Can I get a 5 too? Let me get a 5. Let me get one. Let me get a 5. You finna cook, yeah, and we want a good meal, and we eat good. And so, man, look, man, I can talk to y'all about a lot more. Yeah. But I just want to end this off in. Can you guys just please give me, in serious, each one of you give me something just promote our black love and our power couples. You know what I'm saying? What they need to be doing, because Cecil, you happy. One thing, I ain't even talked to her long, and I know Miss Melissa Chapman is happy to be a Chapman. But just encourage our men just to we need to start making black love more powerful.
You got to be willing to get back up after you get tapped with a punch or a knockdown. Like if you tell a boxer that you believe in them, I think you can win the fight, but you don't tell him he's going to get hit. So in his mind, he feels like, okay, I'm a boxer. I can go hit. I'm going to win the fight. First time he gets hit, if you didn't prepare him for that, he gonna be like, hold up, I ain't know I was gonna get hit. So what I'm telling people with relationships is this: I believe in you. I believe y'all can do it, but understand this: it's gonna be some hard times. So don't look at this old cookie cutter relationship on social media. That
Social media has people
perfect.
so
It's not perfect. Not perfect. I get. She gonna get mad. I get mad because she look at that stuff so much.
I look at it, but I don't let it sink in. Like again, I think that comes with experience, and I also appreciate the fact that we do talk, we do date. You know, I try to get back into that, like what we used to do before. Continue to date your partner. Continue to talk. If you have an issue, discuss it. Like
Facts,
you
yeah.
know, talk.
Don't be
That's
scared to talk.
That's your best friend. That's the person that you can confide in.
Facts.
Like that's the person that's gonna have your back when nobody else has your back. You know, everything every day is not gonna be peaches and cream. You know, that's even with your kids, everything is not gonna be peaches and cream. But if you can talk and get through it, you know, you may have to go a whole day, you know, getting back to yourself. But as long as you believe in that person and you can have that open communication and that love is there, there's nothing that you can't get through.
And then that goes to where we get in love, we get in business, and we're building our community because you guys have created jobs. That's you know what I'm saying? That's my big push about this. You guys have created jobs.
Open. Keep
You
the
know what I'm
book
saying?
open. Yeah.
And do things right. Get your structure in order. Get your structure in order. I will say for us in business, starting a business, if you have a very successful business idea, think of a banana. That's one peel of the banana, right? And then you got good customer service. That's another
Where
peel
do
of the
they
banana.
start?
A lot of times,
If they want to go into business real quick before we go, and I can get some from both you guys, where do they start?
I say get your LLC in order if that's what you're gonna do. If it's not gonna be LLC, get your corporation, whatever. Get that in order because once you are established with that, it opens you up to be able to get a lot of funding. Shout out to my business coach Cassie.
Oh,
My line of credit, my business line of credit is stupid in a
Because
good
of
way
her.
because of the stuff that she enlightened and showed me. So just get your paperwork in order and get your foundation in order because if you don't,
My thing is, my advice would be to go with your passion.
Oh,
Like I've seen people
I like that.
this week they're hairstylists, next week they decorating businesses, next week they're doing nails, next week they're doing something else. Like, what is your passion?
Okay.
Figure out what your passion
Let's
is.
go.
Stick with your passion. My passion has always, everybody knows me from Mel J Fitness. I'm not a bodybuilder or anything, but I'm passionate about it. I'm passionate about it. You know, I love to help people. They inbox me about their issues, wanting to lose weight or whatever. And I've been doing it since 2012, and I haven't deterred from that. Whether I had a gym or not, that's what if I had to get outside in my front yard, I did videos in my front yard.
Well,
You
I'm gonna
remember
tell you something. I called Dump. Shout out to Dump, and I said, man, I need a powerful woman to go on my podcast. And I swear to God, he said, you need to get Cecil wife. Well, listen. And that's the honest to God truth. And so, and this is what I said. I called Cecil. I said, man, God was showing me vision. I need to do both of y'all.
Yeah.
But when I said a powerful woman,
wow.
out of a million men, Dump, we know everybody out of a million women, what made him say you.
Oh, thank you.
And now, if you a live subscribe, I see what made him say you. You are the freaking truth.
Thank you.
And guess what? I'm telling y'all, women, y'all need to be more like her. And us men, we need to be more like Mr. Cecil and Melissa Chapman. Power couple. If you're a live subscribe, we out here. I want to thank y'all, man, for like this. This is like y'all bless me.
Thank
you
you.
do.
Thank you for your platform.
Cause I got on the 360 tonight. I never been on there. You know what I'm saying?
And y'all get behind this movement. Please get behind this
Thanks.
movement. A lot of times we wait for other people to big up our hometown heroes before we big them up. Why can't we big them up first?
First.
Why can't we be proud that he's from here now before Texas and Atlanta and New York? See, when y'all see Texas, Atlanta, and New York, now y'all be like, oh, but he was here first. Do it before them.
Do it for them. Facts. So shout out to y'all. Thank y'all again, man. If you're a live subscribe,